It is 2026, and the software available to run your own AI locally has gotten so damn good that anyone can jump in and start running their own AI with no API keys or subscriptions or rate limits. Let's get a few excuses out of the way. You might think your hardware is not good enough to run your own AI. It almost definitely is good enough. On Windows or Linux, you need 8 gigabytes of RAM or VRAM. A GPU is highly recommended, but not an absolute requirement. Many inference engines can and will utilize CPU. On Mac, you need the same, but you don't need a GPU since Mac uses unified memory, which acts as your VRAM. You might think you're too late to get a start with local AI. You're not late, and if you're watching this video, you're early. There's been a lot of us tweaking temperatures and twisting knobs for a while, but this is all changing so much that we're all still new to AI, local AI doubly so. You might think running your own AI is only for engineers and rocket scientists or whatever. I'm sure somewhere someone wants you to believe that. It's not true. AI is a tool as fundamental and simple as your spreadsheet or document software. This is Ollama's download page, and Ollama is almost everybody's starting point with local AI. You can download a binary for Mac or Windows or install it with a curl command in Linux. Once Ollama is installed, you'll select a model and it provides you with a ChatGPT like interface. It looks just like ChatGPT, it works just like ChatGPT, but everything stays on your machine. This is Jan's download page. You can download a binary for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Once it's installed, you'll have a default model and it'll provide you with a ChatGPT like interface. Where Ollama is a bit more bare bones, Jan is more project focused and comes with some tools already set up like web search. These are not the only apps in this vein, but one thing these apps have in common is that they can each serve as a backend for other applications. This means when I am running Ollama, I can interact with a backend API server running on my machine. I can curl against it to get a list of installed models, or I can load it up in my browser to get the same info. This side of local AI is called the Inference engine. It provides the API by which we can communicate with the large language model. Ollama and Jan have built in inference engines, but there are many that are standalone, meaning they have no graphical user interface. Then there are interfaces, sometimes called assistants or agents. These are combinations of tools that need to be connected to an inference engine API. Some of the more popular interfaces are Claude, OpenClaw, and Hermes. Let's try connecting Claude to Ollama. Both Jan and Ollama provide a list of commands in order to do this. We'll copy the code here from Ollama and paste it into our terminal. And now we're running Claude against our Ollama inference engine. A lot of the apps I've shown you today come with features for downloading and managing models. But if they don't, or you just want to try something different, you'll want to get to know HuggingFace. HuggingFace is a repository of large language models for every system and purpose. Suppose I want a smaller model that specializes in OCR. I'll search for models, limit the parameter count to something my machine can handle.
I'm sorry, what?
When you're looking at a model, you'll notice this pattern in the name, a number followed by a capital B. This has to do with the data the model was trained on. Typically, the larger the number, the more RAM required. Here is a rough guide for matching parameters to RAM. 4 billion to 9 billion, you need 8 gigabytes. 12 billion to 14 billion, you'll be comfortable with 16 gigabytes of RAM. 24 on, you need at least 32 gigabytes of RAM. There's also tools like LLM Fit that can help guide you to a model that'll work well on your machine. Okay, now I'll filter my results to models known to work with Ollama. And here we are. I have a command I can copy and run in order to make that model available in my Ollama instance. So that's all there really is to it. You need three things: an inference engine, an interface, and one or more large language models. And once you have those in place, you can connect to a rapidly growing ecosystem of those in all sorts of interesting combinations. You can dive into image or video generation with Draw Things, Comfy UI, Swarm UI, or Diffusion B. You can experiment with text to speech in VoiceBox.
You can clone your voice or someone else's in voice box using local artificial intelligence.
There's music generation, day-to-day assistants that manage calendars and email, knowledge bases that you can use to organize research, and an endless amount of automations available to you for free on your machine. Install Ollama, run a model, you're doing local AI. I'm Joe Metalone. I make short, practical videos that respect your intelligence and your time. If that's your style, you'll like this channel.